Yes. Did you want it? Because I saw your hair doing things.
Okay,
back
so
go.
well, no, because when I was thinking about coming here, I was like, what is the one? If there's like one thing I want people to leave and understand, well, there's like several things, but one thing just to speak to. Where you were talking about with sentencing, right? You show up and there's a mandatory sentence. I think there is a misconception, though, that you do this crime, you do this time, that there's like a one-to-one. I worked with hundreds of different individuals over my career, and I will tell you, white man, private attorney, black man, public defender, those are vastly different sentences. I'm talking about, you got probation as a white man with a probation. That means you never go to a prison. You're here in your community still. Maybe you did a couple days in jail. You probably got time served if you paid enough, right? And so then you get a slap on the wrist. You're probably going to reoffend because there was never really accountability, right? If you think, like, I did this little thing, I didn't really get in that much trouble, I'm going to do it again, right? Whereas the same thing, you are a black man with a public defender, you are going away. You are going to go for 15, 20, 30 years, right? And that is unacceptable, right? And people think, though, well, you do this crime, this is the time you do, and it has nothing to do with that, right? It has nothing to do with that. And also the healthcare. Can we call it healthcare? I mean, you have to pay money, right?
Yeah,
you have to pay money
right.
to send a request to be seen. You have to pay money,
Sure.
Yep.
and then they can deny your request
They
to
would
keep your
deny.
money,
And
or
keep
maybe
your
they see
money.
and they say,
Yeah.
"Here's some,
And deny.
here's
Keep your
some
money.
nothing."
Yeah.
I mean, there's no. You
Yeah.
have. There are many men I spoke with who had cancer, and they said, "I'm just going to have to try to survive my sentence to get out and get legitimate treatment for this
Yeah.
because there's nothing else I can do. I'm not going to get cancer treatment.
Yeah.
I'm at risk of dying in here."
Ooh, we have a question back there, and then Scott, did you want to add anything to that?
In what part?
Well, I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot there to unpack. So if you want to add anything to
Look,
it,
this is what I say.
And then we'll
I
get to
just
you.
said it today. It's a perfectly imperfect system. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that there aren't major issues. I try to keep the main thing is my role as the sheriff in Midland, and I'm constitutionally charged with running and maintaining that jail. And a lot of the topics therein are out of my wheelhouse. It's not a cop-out. I just try to stay in my lane with a lot of things. We have a whole doctor's office in our jail, and we have a physician that comes in once a week, and we have nurses that are there 24 hours, and they are able to see nurses and see doctors. There is a small fee for doing so. Similar to a $30 copay, perhaps, if you go see your doctor because you have a sinus infection, it's $10.
and co-pays are usually for people who have a job.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep, so there is a fee for it. Yeah, that's a whole getting into it's a rabbit hole for the.
Anne Marie really,
because
but I'm here for it because I think,
Yeah.
I'm here for it because I think that we do not sometimes, and I'm not saying this towards you, I'm talking about as a society, we don't sometimes want to, talk about the elephant in the room, right? And there are a lot of things that we see, I think, on different levels. And sometimes it's not even about black and white, it could just be class, right? I mean, you talked about, money talks, we know that, right? And so that is also a part of it, right? If you have the money, things seem to change at times, right? And we know that's a real thing. And so it's really sometimes even hard to even fight that because it's so deeply like entrenched in the system that, and it goes across all systems. It's not just the prison system. Money just does what it does.
Yeah,
honestly.
we have, inmates or individuals in our jail, and, I'll hear so-and-so's in for, a certain offense, and we had an individual who was convicted for his 9th drunk driving and hasn't been to prison yet.
Well, and that's a problem.
9.
That is a problem.
Yeah, and that's, I don't
know. You
handle
don't
that
control
side of it.
We're not making you. We're not punishing you.
It's all good.
Scott. We're just saying.
But so there are times like that where I'm like, wow, 9.
Yeah.
So 3 gets you a felony.
Yeah. And if you could
So
triple that- yeah.
he drunk driving six times,
Yeah.
6 felonies after his third one, and has not seen the penitentiary. And I
Yeah.
could argue that you're not getting it, and you're gonna, potentially hurt. I never met my grandfather because he got hit head on and killed by a drunk driver. And it's one of the reasons I got into this profession. And so that kind of stuff, in my role, while I try to stay in my lane and what I'm tasked with doing, I see stuff like that and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what's that all about?
Hold on, let's let Ray Lynn, she has been waiting patiently, and then I want you all to talk. Ray Lynn.
I guess the one thing that I just kind of question about the healthcare is, where do you draw the line when there's people out there that have worked their entire lives and been injured on a job or hurt on the job and still fell in bad luck and didn't get good health care and can't afford cancer treatment themselves? I feel like there's other places to prioritize the health care other than people that are sometimes hurting society. As much as I'm all for rehabilitation and making them better, I believe that they should have basic necessities, basic food. Like, I believe all of that should be better, but where do we draw the line with health care for people out there who actually really need it and have never done anything wrong? Because I could name several off the top of my head.
So,
Don't send me to jail. I know.
I don't have
I'm
jurisdiction
sure
in
I
Dade County.
had a couple drinks at the bar and I drove home and I shouldn't have. And I know the next person next to me got caught. So you can't say, oh, I've worked hard all my life and I haven't done anything. I haven't hurt a soul. You just haven't gotten caught, baby.
so Ray Lynn, what you're saying is that people. I guess I'm trying to understand, because and I get what you're saying. What you're saying is that you feel like if a person has broke the law, right, then they should not get a special type of health care or a more advanced type of. I'm just trying to understand.
That's where I don't
Yeah.
really have a full answer. This is all new information that I'm digesting, but I
Right.
see like the need for basic health care. Paying $10 to get in for something extra, I see that as reasonable. That's now paying $30, $40, $50. They can pay $10 for snacks too, put $10 towards, something that could maybe help you feel better. But necessity healthcare, that is a necessity. That's critical. I think everybody, including the homeless, should have that here.
Everybody should have health care. Can we do that for everybody?
Right.
How do we do that?
I mean, I think the other like
But the thing about healthcare, while you're in prison, as compared to being in society, it's a different pay grade for one, because most prison jobs you only make $10 a month.
yeah, it's 10 cents an hour.
Yeah, something like
maybe
so.
if you get
so
like a good
you only
library
make
job, you can get a little more.
$10 a month.
won't get that
So,
healthcare.
as of providing for your basic needs, you have to, it'll be to the point where you do put in a kite for health care, and you will owe them. They will take it out your next month's pay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And they aren't going to help you.
And they're not going to help
And
you.
can
know
we
what
talk
I'm saying?
about like the water,
The water,
there's so
I
many
mean-
different conditions that are, and again, I've never been in there, right?
Right,
We're
right.
watching documentaries and talking to people, so this is
Yeah.
take it.
It's a lot of hard work,
But
especially-
I mean, the hard water,
Yeah.
the lack of a lot of things that we do have access to out here, doesn't it? I mean, if you live in certain type of conditions, it will accelerate. Like if you have
Oh.
some type of because I mean, no fresh air. I mean, it's a lot of different.
If there was
things
a
out there.
respiratory infection, I mean, there's
Yeah.
every year, before COVID ever happened, it was very routine. I don't know if you've been through this, but like they'd
Yeah.
have to
If
quarantine,
one-
they'd have to lock down
Right.
units because
It's like-
one person would get it. And
It's just going to pass around
If
the
it's the
whole
level-
unit.
they house level
you know what
ones
I'm
in
saying?
pole
Because of the
barns.
Ventilation, yes.
One person may, have an
there's-
infection, and it's going to spread through the whole unit.
Yeah.
because you've got
You know what
8
I'm
guys
saying?
bunking up.
We
and-
had a
Yeah.
question here, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I get where your thought process is, and you're not the first person that's asked that question.
See, that hurts me, like, you have everybody gets sick, and you're telling me only the ones who have $10 in their account get to get seen? That's wrong.
I think that's the point, is that it's this.
I mean, they can
We
get
can go all day
seen,
about
it's just the ones that don't have it, they will pay for it, it's just, they will owe.
Yeah, correct.
You
They
know,
get seen.
They'll get seen, but, you know, yeah, they're in the negative, so,
We-
when they do have that amount that they owe, they're gonna take it automatically.
And they can't use
We
it.
pay hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in Midland County for inmate medical care. I mean, they get it. If they need to be seen, we take them to the hospital. They go to My Michigan and they get the treatment. And we have a gentleman in there right now. He's been in ICU for a week,
And
and
sometimes it's
we get the bill.
different.
So
The treatment different.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, sometimes if you have certain insurances, right? I mean, because I've been in that situation, right? Where, you know, if you don't have I'm sorry, you guys had a question. If you don't have certain insurance, you know, you get a certain different type of treatment versus somebody else. And
the healthcare and the complexity of it is certainly not my wheelhouse.
Right.
And I don't want to misspeak, but I believe Medicaid kicks in the jail for
Yeah.
inmates.
okay.
So
Okay.
don't quote me on that for sure, but I am pretty sure they get that basic coverage.
Okay, thank you.